Hello and welcome to Base Plate Reviews. Today we're going to be doing a review of set 31153, the modern house, and this sits in the Creator 3-in-1 range and has 939 pieces. I picked it up for 130 Canadian dollars, it goes for 100 US dollars or 90 British pounds. So 100 US dollars, 939 pieces, not the best on a parts to price ratio, so straight off the bat, but of course you do get the value of, there are 3 distinct builds in here, so the A or main build, then we've got the B build, which is this kind of tall slim building here, and then the C build, which is a bungalow or single story dwelling. If we look at the back of the box, it does show both the main build and the B build are open at the back. I assume that the C build is too, but it doesn't show that. Always like it when they do actually show whether it's enclosed or not. I think we can assume when it's Creator 3-in-1 it probably isn't. In terms of what it feels like, it feels pretty substantial there. And although I didn't really get a lot of value from a parts to price ratio because I picked this up at the start of the year, or the start of the sale, so when it came out in August here in North America, I did get the micro rocket launch pad. Had to spend I think 260 Canadian dollars there, so I ordered a load of parts as well. So I've got a load of 16 by 16 plates just here, and then a big bag of parts. So I'd have had to buy 2 of these to qualify for that gift with purchase. Not the most substantial gift with purchase, but I would say outside of that, probably try and look to be finding at least a 10% discount on this, hopefully 20%. But let's get it built and see what we're actually working with come the end. I won't actually film the build process for this one, but I will just get it open so you can see how many bags we've got and if we've got any stickers or anything. Shouldn't be stickers because it's Creator 3-in-1, but we'll just check. So I ended up with 9 bags here. The 9th bag isn't too substantial, just small kind of set, but when I pulled this out there definitely was a big old clunk, so there's a fair bit of stuff there, although quite a bit of the weight was these 3 booklets. So we can see we've got the A build there, then the B, and finally the C build. I'm going to build this in order, so the main build first, partly because it's easiest to do with the main booklet when you've still got all the stuff in the bags, but also because the C build is actually the thing that I'm interested in for my city. So I'm going to get them built and then give you a review of each. There we go then with the main build, and a pretty great looking house. I really do like the pool at the front, and if I had just one minor gripe with that, it would be that we could have got some trans blue tiles just to tile it off. We do have a couple of trans blue pieces just at the front there, making it almost look like it's an infinity pool style. There we've got a little fire pit, and the chairs, the lounges, are really nice too, although no studs, so you do just have to slide the minifigs on there. We even get what I think can only be described as an alcoholic drink to the side there, maybe some kind of martini with the cherry inside. Flippers also down to the side, although neither of the minifigs that we get with this could really put those flippers on and use them. They're in their full clothes rather than swimsuits, so one of those things. We've got this really nice cladding all up this side and also at the end of the house, and I think that's pretty good. The most striking thing internally is almost certainly this light fixture or chandelier. We get this really tall room, kind of reading room or office, and pretty colourful bookshelf to match the pretty colourful chair that we can see here. Pretty unique design, probably a bit too much of a gap in the middle of it for my liking, but you know, at least it's unique, at least it's different. And then we also get this kind of rug design as well. Again, not necessarily the colours I'd have gone for, but not bad at all. As we move across here, this room is really just a passageway, and if we look at it from the front, it is just a balcony effectively. Nice little kind of a cherry blossom style plant there. But yeah, a bit bare inside, and that does lead through though to nice big double bed that we've got there for our minifigs, and then a shower area just here, and you can actually see the, oh, if I can focus correctly, there is a faucet, a shower head at the top there, and we should even be able to see a little rubber duck just to make sure we can actually see what this is. We do get clear windows looking straight through to there, so hopefully they don't have any neighbours who are peeping in. If we go down to the ground floor, get a really nice kitchen down here. Got the extractor fan hood just up above the kitchen there, and then we've got the gold and silver pans above what I think is a really well represented kind of double oven. Got the fairly simple table, no backs to the chairs, but I don't think that's a problem. I think we can see what it represents. And then again, this area coming in, really nothing there, just like up above. So again, just a passageway, but a bit of a pity it is a little bit kind of bare. And then we get a nice sofa build or couch, glass coffee table, and we've got the guitar on a stand there. So no TV, don't think that's a problem at all. I think with a nice view out there to the pool, that's pretty good. The other important thing to see here is actually that we've got a sliding door, so this just slides open pretty readily. I'm trying to do it with one-handed, with my left hand. But yeah, so you can walk straight from the inside straight into the pool, straight from the pool to inside. So the passageway there being blocked by the chairs, I don't think is too important. And the suggestion, I suppose, is also we've got the pool there, but we're at the water side anyway, that this is some kind of beach. So pretty luxe. You've got the beach, the sea to jump into, but also your own private pool as well. Yeah, I think it's pretty good, and it'll be interesting to see what the two other builds do to match up. The final bit to mention with this main build is we do get the brick built animal that we tend to get with these Creative 3-in-1 sets. So a bird up on top of the roof. I think that's probably a toucan, something like that anyway. The roof, as you might have noticed, is a bit bare. We've got the merest hint of detailing with a few tiles around the top, but nothing too extreme. And we've also got an aircon unit just on the side there. The trees, pretty nice. Got the taller one with a nice thicker trunk, and then a smaller one with a thinner trunk, so younger tree I suppose. But yeah, overall pretty pleased with this. Like I say, it's not what I'm majorly interested in. I'm interested in the C build, but we'll get onto that following this B build. In terms of leftover pieces from the A build, this is what we've got, so really efficient and exactly what you'd expect from the main build in a Creative 3-in-1. But when we come to the B and C builds, I think we're going to be left with a lot of leftover pieces, seeing as the booklets for those two put together are just about as thick as the main build. So be interesting to see how much we do have left over and exactly how big those secondary and tertiary builds are. We'll get onto those next. Our secondary or B build then, and this is some kind of townhouse, and they've used the space very efficiently. It's just 12 studs across, but 18 studs in length, and then you've managed to get 4 stories if you include the rooftop garden on that. I think the rooftop garden's pretty nice. I wasn't expecting to see this piece used again, so this was used along with another one to create the chandelier in the first set. But yeah, nice rooftop garden. There's no way of getting between the floors if we spin this around, so there's no stairs or ladders, so not the most realistic, but absolutely fine from a play perspective. And of course it's open at the back as we'd expect to see. So what we'll do is we'll go from top to bottom. So like I say, nice rooftop garden, got a table there and the parasol, the clear parasol, and a bit of an awning here, which leads down to this second level where we've got really nice balcony, double doors that open up, and a bit more greenery there again. Maybe not the most exciting balcony, but not bad at all. And then inside we've got this kind of lounge area. So nice coffee table, lamp, a really nice plant build actually, a bit unique, something that I don't think we've necessarily seen from Lego before. In terms of the seating though, very simple. It's kind of a Japanese style, I think, and I mean we can tell they're seats, but it is minimalist to say the least. Yeah, just the modified plate pieces, tile pieces there with the studs on top. If we come down to the second from bottom level, we've actually got this kind of a plunge pool in there, so that's pretty fun. We've got the duct to tell us that it is a bath, but again, really simple. You know, we're not talking, I don't think we've even got a tap there, a faucet to show the water, so again, pretty minimalist. We look at it from the front side again. Big windows so people can see you in there. Maybe that's not ideal. And then down to the ground level where we've got this nice bit out the front. Nice kind of, I like the bit which goes in here, so we can see that just there. So you've kind of got an inside outside garden space. Then we've got that, if I can show you through the door, got that carpet or rug style again that we had in the first build. And if we come through to here, another really nice kitchen. Again, got the extractor fan just up above the stove, got a small sink, and then we've got some more cupboards on that side. Unsure if that's supposed to be another extractor fan, whether there's two cooking kind of places, but yeah, it's this isn't bad. But I think what you will see isn't so great is when I show you just how many leftover pieces there were from the very first build. So with this second build, or B build, clearly not so substantial as the first, and in terms of actually the number of leftover pieces, we can actually see that is quite a lot. I mean, we are talking about this second build maybe using 75%, 80% of the A build, so not ideal there, although like I say, not bad design. Okay, so on to the third build, or C build, and this is impressive in terms of the size, and I'm saying that not necessarily all in a good way. So actually from the top of the roof across there, we've got a bit of an overhang. That's 40 studs wide, which is just absolutely huge. And then we've got 14 studs of space here. So really tricky if you actually do want to put this into a kind of city layout. It's taking up an awful lot of space, more than a modular would on a 32 by 32 base plate. And the other reason I say impressive is it's got all of this space, even though it does get very thin down the middle here, even though it uses not a lot of the parts. So these are all the parts that we've got left over. So very impressive in terms of design to use so few of the parts that we used for the main build and yet get something this substantial. And the other thing is, this is actually fully enclosed, which I suppose is why they didn't show us on the back of the box the fact that this was open backed or anything. So fully enclosed. Like I say, this is the one that I was most interested in, but let's take a bit of a closer look at it. So like I said, this is impressive in terms of the size. Obviously the style is kind of that mid-century modern, kind of west coast, I'd say, of the US, and I'd take anywhere on the west coast, but once we spin it around, I think it'll be pretty clear. We're probably talking about warmer climes, because we've got this little plunge pool just there. We've got the kind of tropical trees. So I'd say probably California or something like that. Now, they did make an interesting choice with the part usage just here, we've used the Technic bricks with the holes, and that does actually make it look like this plunge pool could just drain straight out of there. There were enough 1x white bricks where we could have had it just the same as here, and I think that's what I'd have chosen to do. In terms of the interior, we'll see, we can see it does get pretty narrow here. It gets pretty narrow indeed once we take the roof off. So this comes apart just like with modulars, and then we can see, especially if I take these trees away, they come apart pretty easily. We can see we've just got 4 studs of space for this main living area, which runs all the way through here. And the only thing really in there, 2 things. We've got a welcome mat, which we can see through the front here. So front door, welcome mat, same design as before. And then we've got this little seating space, this little kind of breakfast table, if you like. Probably see it better if I spin it that way. So there's really only 3 studs of space where that is. In terms of the other spaces in the house, we've got a bedroom just here with the single yellow bed, glass table with the flower on top, and then we've got a bathroom over at this side. So really minimal. And again, that bathroom, everyone can see in. We've got a window here. We've got a massive window here, a glass door to enter it, and also, just in case people couldn't see in enough, another window there, and one more just there. I think this one may actually open as well. So, no privacy if you want to use the toilet in this house. It's definitely more impressive when the roof's on, the stuff's up there. It's not great as a playset. Like I say, they've used relatively few pieces to actually create this, and it is fully enclosed, so that's impressive. But really, I think maybe just the basis for a set, and actually needs a bit of improving on if you were going to put it into your city.
Just quickly on the minifigs then, because these really aren't the focus of a Creator 3-in-1 set, but they are decent, and the important thing is that the parts are interchangeable between each of the minifigs, and they do have alternate faces. The one criticism I would have is that each of these 3 builds has a pool in it, and these aren't really set up for being by the poolside.
Final thoughts then, and of course this was the build that I was most interested in, but I would have to say that the main build is where this one's at, especially because both the secondary and third builds left so many pieces left over. This is what I've got there, so that's fairly deep in there in terms of the leftover pieces, and you're just not getting the value once you do move away from that main build, which does use pretty much everything. So yeah, overall not bad. Maybe not one that I'd recommend getting at the full price, just with that part count and also just what's being left over. But hopefully you've enjoyed this review of all 3 of the builds, and if you have, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you're not already. And as ever, be good.